Hello, everyone. My name is Mandy Goodset, and I'm the Performing Arts and Humanities Librarian, as well as the OER and Copyright Advisor at Cleveland State University in Northeast Ohio. I'm going to be talking about a program we implemented in August of 2020 to increase the number of faculty advocates on our campus called the Textbook Affordability Summer Symposium. Our library offers small grants to faculty, and we've had some pretty good success with that program. So why would we create something new called a summer symposium? First, many of our grant winners were early adopters who often participate in library and other campus programs. We were ready to bring in other faculty on campus and really change our campus culture. To do that, we needed a program that was accessible and one that had an educational element so we could teach these new folks about open education. We had also had a lot of success bringing in a speaker from OpenStax, Nicole Finkbeiner, although she has since left OpenStax. She came to our campus in 2019 and she was amazing. She spoke with our faculty, administrators, students, librarians, department chairs, instructional designers, and others. And this really raised awareness and excitement on our campus, and we didn't want to lose that momentum. So we needed to offer something new and exciting to keep that interest and excitement going. Finally, we had started to get applications for our grants from faculty who didn't fully understand what open education was, and it made it difficult for us to have successful grant projects. For example, they would assume that the library would just buy materials for them to provide for students for free if they applied for the grant. So this symposium would serve as a learning opportunity for those faculty, and it would scaffold nicely with our grant program. Our symposium was originally supposed to be held in person in May of 2020, but for obvious reasons, it was moved online and then it was rescheduled for August of 2020. Here are the elements we included as part of the program. First, each participant submitted a syllabus for a librarian or an instructional designer to review and map to open or affordable content. Each major course topic got its own section in the review, and we would find 1 to 3 affordable options for the faculty member. These could be from open educational collections, or they could be from the library's licensed content. Credit goes to my colleague Ben Richards for developing the syllabus map document that we used. You can access a copy of it via the link that I'm going to share at the end of the presentation. Many faculty, as we'll discuss later, decided to use one or more OERs provided for them on their syllabus map. My colleagues Emily Zickel and Heather Capret and I developed 3 Blackboard modules for the faculty to complete in August. They had about 5 days to complete each one. First, we introduced open education and we addressed some frequently asked questions. Then we helped the participants examine their course learning objectives with a course learning objectives map, while also considering the OERs that we gave them in their syllabus map and how they might come together. Finally, we shared more information about CSU's affordability programs, including some faculty testimonials from our own campus, and then we asked the participants to share how they would advocate for open education among their colleagues. All of the text of the course is viewable in a document that I link to at the end of this presentation. In addition, the participants had several other tasks to complete as part of their acceptance to the program. First, each participant had to review an OER. For the ones that chose to review a textbook that's available in the Open Textbook Library, we submitted those reviews to be published there. The participants also had to commit to using an OER, even just as an optional resource in a future course. As I mentioned, the participants had to write a final report that included a plan to advocate for OER with those in their department, especially those teaching the same course that they were revamping. Finally, each participant had to agree to give a campus presentation of some kind. It could be very short. We offered them the opportunity to fulfill this requirement by creating a 5-minute video that we could share on our outreach channels during Open Access Week. 7 faculty opted for this option, and examples of those videos are available in a link I'll share at the end of the presentation. Other faculty will present at the beginning of future open textbook workshops that I will be offering as a way to fulfill their requirement. Just short presentations, testimonials at the beginning of my workshop. So how did the symposium go? By all measures, it was a success. 20 faculty participated out of a pool of 28 applicants, and each received a $300 initial stipend and then will receive another $300 after completing all the requirements of the symposium. Right now, we have 17 active participants, 2 that needed an extension but have still submitted some of the work, and 1 that has dropped out. 11 of the 17 active participants have committed to switching from a commercial textbook to an open textbook, which we consider an amazing success. So we do plan to update and change the symposium, provided we can continue to offer it, but we feel like we accomplished all of our goals. We brought in more newcomers into the open education world. We developed them into advocates. We increased open textbook adoption on our campus, and many of the participants are now planning to apply for one of our textbook affordability grants to do a more involved project, and they're much more prepared to do so. We hope to use the evidence of our success to advocate for another summer symposium in May of 2021. If you're interested in offering a similar program on your campus, here's some recommendations based on the lessons we learned offering our summer symposium this year. First, if you are able to offer a stipend or grant, which isn't necessary but it's certainly helpful, dispense the funds carefully. We had one participant, as I said, who didn't complete any of the symposium, and we were fortunately able to cancel her stipend before it was distributed. And others received their first stipend, but only after considerable prodding to complete the work. And so we were happy that we took the advice of others on campus to split that stipend and offer the second half after the work was completed. We found the syllabus review aspect of the symposium, while time-consuming, one of the most valuable elements for the faculty participants. Providing the syllabus review allowed us to spend less time during the training materials on how to find OERs, and it made it easier for the faculty member to review an OER as part of the program, since they could just choose among the ones we had already selected. As I mentioned earlier, nearly every participant who chose to switch to an open resource used one from the syllabus map that we had sent to them. All of the learning material in the program was asynchronous, but we did offer 2 optional live Zoom meetings for all participants. About 70% of the participants chose to participate in these sessions, and they were extremely valuable for all involved. The instructors were able to review deadlines and explain assignments, and the faculty were able to ask specific questions related to open education that benefited everyone who was attending. We are considering making such sessions required in future iterations of the program. Creating a program like this is very time-consuming, both in the planning stage and then in the implementation. So work with a team if you can and split up grading across several people. In our case, this was especially important because staff at our institution were actually undergoing furloughs at the time that we planned and delivered the symposium, so having multiple folks involved in each aspect allowed the event to continue as planned. Finally, consider what end products your participants will create and how you can use them in your program to inspire more interest in open education. For example, the videos our faculty created describing their experience for Open Access Week will continue to be very useful to us on our website, on social media, and elsewhere for advocating for open education on our campus. However, make sure you get permission to share these end products and that participating in the program is not contingent on sharing end products, as some faculty will be less comfortable than others about sharing. If you'd like to borrow any of the ideas or content from our summer symposium, please feel free to check out the templates and the information available at this link. It's https://tinyurl.com/y6a9y8v7. Thank you so much for listening.